Good evening, everybody. Myself, Dr. Manish Kumar Jain. I am consultant nephrologist and transplant physician at Apollo Hospital, Kolkata. Today, we will discuss the chronic kidney disease and the pedal edema, that is the common symptoms of patient with renal diseases. Kidney is a very important part of the body. It helps to maintain the water and fluid balance in the body. Along with this, it also helps to maintain the hemoglobin level and the blood pressure. Kidney also play important role in the generation of the vitamin D and well as the insulin metabolism. One of the disease of kidney dysfunction is the chronic kidney disease. That is characterized by the persistent and the progressing dysfunction or degeneration of its function. Kidney function can be deteriorated gradually and can be categorized in the various stages, that is stage 1, 2, 5 and 5D. Stage 1 when the GFR is less than 90, stage 2 when GFR is between 60 to 90, stage 3 that is GFR between the 60 to 30, stage 3 can be categorized for the stage 3A and 3B. Then stage 4 when GFR is less than 30 to 15, and when GFR less than 15 it is a stage 5. When patient need dialysis, then we call as stage 5 CKD5D, and when patient is on peritoneal dialysis, then we call it as stage CKD5 PD, and patient undergoing renal transplantation, then we call it stage CKD5 T. When kidney function deteriorated gradually, it produces a lot of the symptoms including pedal edema, rise in the blood pressure, decrease in the urine output, respiratory disturbances, electrolyte disturbances, body decrease in appetite, nausea and vomiting, bleeding tendency, as well as the peripheral neuropathy. Pedal edema is the very common symptoms of the chronic kidney diseases. It can be seen as the swelling of the body, maybe in the face or maybe in the limbs, and means swelling at the feet or the ankle. This swelling generally, during this swelling the limbs become shining and they depressed when you produce a pressure at the medial side of our legs. Pedal edema develops because of a lot of the conditions. Most commonly either kidney losing lot of the protein or patient kidney function deteriorate gradually. Generally, pedal edema takes place when the kidney causes loss of the protein in the urine, and generally this condition characterized as the nephrotic syndrome. When patient develop nephrotic syndrome, there is intravascular hypovolemia develop, and that cause activation of the various harmonic systems in the body, including the renin-angiotensin system and the sympathetic system. Along with this, the kidney start to retain water and the sodium, and this excessive water and sodium will lead to the swelling of our body. Many times swelling extends to such extent that patient develops severe respiratory distress. Pedal edema in most of the patients with kidney disease, you will see that in the night time when they wake up in the morning, you will see facial puffiness, and at the evening time you will see swelling of the limbs, because when the patient remain standing at the prolonged period of time or they sit in the chair with the dangling of the limbs, the swelling will appear on the lower limbs. This is the common presentation of the pedal edema which we generally seen in the patient with the chronic kidney disease. For treatment of this pedal edema, there are a lot of the things we have to do, including first thing is the restriction of the water. Because the excessive water causes more pedal edema, we should restrict the water intake of this patient, and this water intake should be defined according to the urine output of the patient. Suppose patient's urine output is 500 ml per day, then we can allow them to give 700 to 800 ml water per day. If by this is not improved, then we can restrict the water more. Second, we should restrict the sodium intake of this patient also, because sodium causes more water retention. Then generally we advise to them to retain take sodium less than 5 gram per day, or if required less than this. This sodium intake, if patient remain non-compliant with sodium intake, then they may have aggravation of that swelling. And by single test like urinary sodium examination, we can identify which patient is compliant with the sodium intake or which is not. Along with this, we can elevate the limbs. The patient will remain at the home most of the time. If they keep their limbs elevated at the evening time, then the swelling will disappear within half an hour. The patients who have their swelling of the limbs whole day, they can do it every 3 to 4 hours every day for half an hour. The swelling will be decreased, but also it will not disappear permanently. But the person who is working at the office or they cannot stay home, that it will be difficult for them. Then we can apply the stockings. Stocking is a type of we can say socks that should be fit properly and should be adequate size of the patient's limbs, and they can wear it at the daytime and open it at the night time when they go for sleeping. Although many times this shocks may cause irritation of the skin and may cause ulcer formation. Because of that, these patients should remain cautious. After that, along with that, we can use diuretics. Diuretics is the common drugs which we use in patients with chronic kidney disease for decreasing the body swelling. These diuretics cause loss of the water and the sodium in the urine. Many times these drugs may cause hypotension and electrolytic disturbances themselves, and many times patients may develop headache and the giddiness, and many times they develop syncope also. So these drugs should be used cautiously in the patient, and patients should be at the regular interval. Chronic kidney disease is the most common cause of the pedal edema, and there are a lot of the conditions that are responsible for the chronic kidney disease, including the diabetes and hypertension. Diabetes is the most common cause of the chronic kidney disease, and about 40 to 40% of patients with kidney disease have diabetes mellitus. So once the chronic kidney disease develops, we can treat it, we cannot treat it, but we can slow the progression of the renal disease. This should be done by control of the blood sugar, control of the blood pressure, limiting salt or water intake, and along with that we should avoid the nephrotoxic medications. Many times we know the etiology of disease, then we should treat that etiology, and by this we can slow the progression of renal disease. Along with that, in some of the patient chronic disease we use AC and ARBs. These are the telmisartan and the ramipril that can help to slow the progression of the renal disease. Along with that, we also advise to the patient to take low protein diet, so that the high protein, we know the kidney responsible for the removal the nitrogen waste product, and these nitrogen waste product develop from the proteins. So if we restrict the protein intake, that will decrease the load on the kidney, and by doing this we can slow the progression of renal disease. So friends, thank you very much, and stay healthy and stay calm. Thank you.